Hey YouTube, this is Rescue Music Park Fan 62. It is Tuesday, July 26th. Now, I got this idea from Wrestle Talk, so bear with me. Should wrestling have an off season? Now, if you're not aware, throughout the wrestling industry as a whole, there are a lot of different injuries. So you have people like CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, or Daniel Bryanson or something. Big E, Bailey, and all these other people who are injured. Um, so most of the injuries seem to come from AEW, WWE, and New Japan. But then the thing you don't realize either is wrestling is a 365-day year thing. So it goes from January 1st to January 1st every single year. And with companies like WWE, for instance, they have, so their main shows are Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, along with NXT UK. But you also have house shows. I'm not sure if they're going to call it something different or not. But and they will usually have about 2, maybe 3 of those a week. So that adds up with injuries because, first of all, the wrestling ring is not like wrestling a mattress. Wrestling on a mattress. A wrestling ring is wood with a little padding. So when you watch it or go see it live, when you hear the thud, that's what it is. So should they have an off season? Well, what I think they ought to do, and this can go one of 2 ways. Well, an off season would be nice. They don't make as much money that way. So what they should do is have a certain group of wrestlers, performers, whatever you want to call them, wrestle from after a big pay-per-view to the next big pay-per-view. So I'm talking about, so if you have, let's say, a small one, and then the next one, there's a next one coming up that's a big one, for that time frame. And then that way, at the big pay-per-view, that gets resolved, and then you start a new, fresh feud from after that to the next big one. This way, you, one, get a lot of the performers get airtime, and 2, for the performers who aren't wrestling, have them, rest up, do whatever. So if, for example, they need surgery, they can go have their surgery and rest up and relax. So if they need help in something, let's say, they can go do that, stuff like that. That way, you can have all your performers healthy, and have them do what they do. Now, the problem you're going to have there is, especially for companies like Impact Wrestling. With Impact in particular, they have about, I think it's 4 to 5 pay-per-views a year. And then they will do 2 weeks worth of tapings in one day. So, the problem you get there is they will do 2 weeks worth of taping, and then they will leave and go to another city, do another 2 weeks or so worth of taping, leave, and keep doing that. I'm not entirely sure how they could fix the injury part of that equation. Unless if a performer needs, let's say, surgery, they could write them off TV for how long. But that's the main problem is there's so many injuries right now. It's just hard to think about what is going to happen. And I hope everybody who is injured, doesn't matter if they're male or female, they rest up